Hey peeps, welcome back to my channel. It's RC Beauty and welcome back. RC Beauty, aka Rockelle Cosmetics. If you guys wondering why do I say RC Beauty, it's just an abbreviation of Rockelle Cosmetics. And I am the brand owner and I'm also the YouTuber Beauty by Deanna D. Hello and welcome. So RC Beauty has done it again and I'm super excited. I can't believe we done it again. We are releasing a palette. We did it again. We released a good palette, you guys. I thought about it. I said, we started out great with MOODLANUDE. MOODLANUDE was the nudist palette in the world, I think, for myself. Transitional shades, neutrals, your pinks. You have your reds in that palette, and you have your purples. But now it's time to go to the brighter side. And that's what I created. That's when I created the LABRIGHTS palette. The LABRIGHTS palette is in my hand right now, you guys. So the LABRIGHTS palette is definitely a palette where it's perfect for spring and summertime. This is the palette. The eyeshadows are cruelty free. My makeup is cruelty free. If you guys are interested in cruelty free products, then that is the brand you prefer. The type of quality of makeup you prefer, I am the brand. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn that notification bell. I also teach you guys how to make lip gloss and also to show you guys how to make lip scrubs. I don't know how to make eyeshadow palettes. I don't know how to make eyeshadow palettes, so please, I don't know. I've seen questions. Can you teach us how to make eyeshadow palettes? Girl, if I did, I already had this brand years ago. But I do not know how to, create eyeshadow palettes. I have my own factory that I, go to make my palettes for me. So let's just put that out there. And I have my nails to actually, go with the theme of the LABRIGHTS. So this is the LABRIGHTS palette, you guys. It's very, 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 very small. It actually fits. Like, look how small it is. Compared to an iPhone 10, you guys, I will actually insert a picture too. That's how small it is, but just a couple of inches wider. And also with the MOODLANUDE, which is my neutral palette that everybody and their grandmother loves, which is a great palette, you guys. It's a lot bigger. And yes, we did go a little darker with the logo. And yes, so that's different size of the palettes. Like, look at the different sizing of the palette. So it's a lot bigger with the MOODLANUDE, but the LABRIGHTS is a lot smaller. Now, so this is what the palette looks like. Of course, your palette is going to come with this shield. Whenever you purchase a palette from me, palettes come with a shield. These palettes last up to 24 months. And also, they're cruelty free. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13 matte eyeshadows. I love a colorful matte eyeshadow, especially on the lid, because if you do not know, matte eyeshadows are my thing. Of course, a matte black, but that's in the other palette. But matte eyeshadows are my go-to. I love a great matte eyeshadow. I don't know about you, but I personally prefer mattes over shimmers and metallics. But I thought about when I created this palette, I said, let's see if I want to add a little bit more, because really this palette was going to be all matte, like literally all matte. But I was like, no, a lot of people might not prefer all mattes. A lot of people may prefer a little bit of pop of glam or a pigment or just something in a palette. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pressed pigments. They're more like pigments, not shimmer eyeshadows. They feel a little chunky, but when you apply it to the lids, they glide on buttery. Like, I have majority of the glitter eyeshadows right now, the pigments, onto the lid. And I did not even have to use glitter glue to apply it. But those are the lids. Now, I thought about it when I did my swatches. Here's pictures of the swatches. I said, let's see, for one, I really thought about one a color. I really thought. Usually when you get a bright eyeshadow palette, you guys, sometimes shadows don't really show up well on women of color. It's more of your ivories or your lighter skin tones. Now, this palette is suitable for everybody because my brand is definitely a brand where the makeup suits all. Like, literally affordable, and it suits all. Cruelty free. You can't go wrong with that. My thought into this palette, I really thought of it from the time I released it, the Moodlanude palette. The time I released the new Moodlanude, I knew that even though it's a Moodlanude palette, we really need to change up the game. We really need to change up the game and also change up Rockelle Cosmetics with a little bit of bright. So that's when I said LABRIGHTS. So I asked you guys on my community page, what should I name it? Because I was really unsure about the name. The palette was ready. I linked it, a little picture of it on Instagram and everything, and also I don't have Twitter, but I linked it on my Instagram. I linked it on my Facebook pages. You guys, I was like, what should I name the palette? So when I thought about it, I said, well, I do have Moodlanude. Why can't I just have LABRIGHTS? Sometimes you have to change up that mood from Moodlanude, from the neutrals to the warms, to the neutrals to the warms, to the smoky, to the everyday wear, to the metallic looks, to the bronzy looks, and then you need to add your bright looks. You know, kind of do a little bop with it because you got to do a little bop to make it right? My palette is 18 shades included. 18 shades are included in the palette, you guys, and you have your mirror, and this is a great travel size palette. When I say this palette is travel size friendly, put in your bag, put in your purse, so you can go and take it anywhere. I really think it's perfect in a palette when you add your mirror into a palette, you guys. When you add a mirror into a palette, that is definitely it right there. That's everything, because you need to be able to see your work whenever you're slaying your look. Now come on, you guys, think about it. Doing an eyeshadow look, and if you're out somewhere, you need to touch up something, or you just really need to do your makeup. How can you not do your looks without a giant size mirror like this for this little nice little palette, or either in my Moodlanude palette? How can you do it? So with the palette, this eyeshadow palette is definitely spring and summer vibe friendly. I thought about it also. I said, look, I need a spring, I need a summer vibe friendly palette. Peeps, you got it right here, and it's only $10. $10 for a palette. The Moodlanude is actually $15 because of, and I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna share it with you guys. I'm gonna pull it out of my makeup collection. Let me show y'all my actual Moodlanude that I wear on a daily basis. Okay, let's open it. So this is the love for Moodlanude. The reason why Moodlanude is $15 because of the size and also the pans of the palette. The pans of the palette are definitely square, and they're also a little bit larger than the actual quarter. So if you look at the eyeshadows, you have just like round quarter size eyeshadow formulas. Eyeshadows, and the formulas are exact same thing. But with the LABRIGHTS, they're a lot more smaller, and they're square, and you get less than what you get in the Moodlanude. But a little goes a long way because these eyeshadows are pigment. Like this blue, for an example. Look at the blue shade. Look how I am applying the blue into the crease. Do you guys see that? Yes. So let's talk about the shades and the palette. You guys, this palette is just so me. I kid you not. That is so gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so you have this pretty gorgeous yellow, this lilac purple, which is my go-to favorite shade of purple. Then you have this nice orange, but it's a light orange, but it's also a transition or either a highlight orange. So what do you mean by that? Well, sometimes, even though I do like to have like a little bit of a deeper, nude highlighter for my eyes, I do like to amp up a little bit with the look. Sometimes I use concealer alone and just let it be as far as my highlighter for the palette. For the under eye. under the brow type theme. You guys know what I mean by that. But I just love going up a notch with just a little bit of yellow tone. It has a yellow tone in it, so that's what I'm going. That's where I'm going with it. Then you have this burnt orange shade. This burnt orange shade is definitely, when I say spring, you cannot tell me that there's not a spring palette that don't have a burnt orange shade. So that's where I got my inspo from. Okay, so now you have your hunter green. The hunter green palette is very, the hunter green eyeshadow is definitely spring. I look at the grass. The grass is bright. The grass is gorgeous. You have different shades of grass, different shades of trees. Like, let me tell you, I really felt with the color green eyeshadow recently. As you can see, I have it on the lids. Okay, purple, deep purple. You guys know I'm all about a deep purple. I'm all about purple because that is my color. That's like royalty. I love it. I love it. So next you have your little gold, your shimmer gold. When I looked at this, I was so inspired by Rihanna's Trophy Wife, and I love that gold. So I was like, let me put that kind of like similarity in my eyeshadow palette, y'all. Look at that. That looks so similar. So in this, on the inner corner, it looks good on top of any eyeshadow, people. It looks amazing. Then you have this nice orange shimmer pigment that's sitting on top of the eyeshadow that I have in this palette as well. Gorgeous. Love it. Giving me pumpkin spice vibes. It's giving me all types of creamsicle vibes. You guys remember those creamsicle ice creams where it was orange and it had the ice? Had the white in the middle of it. That's what it's giving me. Like, Okay, so of course you gotta have your gorgeous lime green. And then your dark green. I love a great lime green, dark green. St. Patrick's Day is coming up, you guys. You guys gonna have to wear these greens. I will let us see you guys tagging me in these greens. This is a St. Patrick's Day look, okay? Wear those greens. Okay, and then next you have this gorgeous, when I say gorgeous, hunter green. I applied the hunter green so next to the hunter green, so you guys can actually see how gorgeous it looks up under it. Like, it just stand out the most. This color really made me fall in love with this palette. This gorgeous blue. You guys saw where I applied it in the crease. This gorgeous blue is so gorgeous, you guys. I love the blue. And then, of course, you got to have a hot pink. I love a hot pink in a spring palette. And this was perfect because Easter reminds me of hot pink. That's the first color I actually see in the palette. Then you have this next to the hot pink and a little bit of a fuchsia pigment, which is very nice. I love a great fuchsia pigment, pressed pigment glitter eyeshadow. Then I have, it's a nice brow bone shade because you guys know I was asked from my local friends, why you don't have really like a brow bone color for the brows? I did in the neutral palette of the MOODLANUDE. Some people have to really work around the bushes to get what you really want in an eyeshadow palette, because I really do have one in that palette, but I guess a lot of people didn't really see it in that palette, so I decided to throw one in here. And of course, you gotta have your brown, your melanin in there. Just add that in there for a little bit of definition of looks. Coming with the brown looks from this palette. And then this orange is, girl, look at this orange on my lid with this gorgeous orange. Like, can you tell me you can't get that vibe of the orange sickles? So these are the 18 shades that comes with the palette, you guys. 18 shades. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's just everything. This palette is definitely a palette for me. It says a lot about me as far as my personality. MOODLANUDE is my baby. I love my baby MOODLANUDE. But this is my next baby. This gorgeous, bright spring palette that you can just spend get it for $10. And look how pigmented these shadows are on my eyes. Can you not see yourself in the springtime just slaying? So the actual release date of this palette is definitely going to be March 27th. That's the release date. Bye, guys.